Guys, I'm going to give it a few more seconds for it to be put into presentation mode. Good morning, guys. I'm giving a few more minutes because I am looking for our speaker and I am hoping he's out there. I don't see him. So it might be Participation Tuesday. Getting a lot of. Okay, well, I'm going to go on and get started. My name is Phyllis Nash. I'm one of the 4 co-founders here at Akana. Really excited to be here. Been absent and not present for a few days, so I'm probably not the one. I'm excited. I'm always excited. I know the CEO had a phenomenal call yesterday. I know I look back in my back office and those packages are ready to go out or to be ordered, those postcards, those things that we know that we can go out there and duplicate and get started. And I am really knowing that this new pivot, as we pivot, this new pivot is something that we can all do. I mean, each and every one of us. And I've been testing some things. Okay, good stuff. I love teamwork. And so I hear that our phenomenal speaker is in the house, in the room right now. And I'm glad I don't see his number coming up. But
I'm here.
Do to me. All right now. So let me give you a proper introduction. But Dr. Oz had already seen you. So I'm so glad for this teamwork. And I'm so glad you joined us this morning. And guys, we have the treat to welcome our own VP of Training and Development, our own Coach Dan, Pastor Dan, motivational speaker, encourager for many across the globe. And so I'm going to go on and get out of the way. And I hope you all have pen and paper so you can take copious notes, because every time he speaks, every time anybody speaks on this, you can take away something and apply it to your life and your business. So take it away, Coach Dan.
All right. Good morning, family. Good morning. The warm and wonderful, absolutely amazing, the fantabulous. My Miss Phyllis, is always a plump, pleasing pleasure, more than a privilege to hear the energy in your voice, the excitement and the enthusiasm that you bring as the midwife to many people that has endeavored to be successful in business. I heard you use a term, and so I'm going to pick up on that term just a little bit in my presentation today. I do hope and pray that everyone has notes, because we're going to dig a little deep in the time that we have, and we're going to get some stuff done. And so today I want to talk about breaking down the numbers, analyzing the data. Oh, Coach, that sounds boring. Coach, that doesn't sound exciting. Coach, that doesn't sound inspiring. It's not motivational. It doesn't sound motivational. Coach is not going to make me get all warm and fuzzy on the inside. It's not going to make me shout. It's not going to make me do all of the happy things. But what it will do, if you pay attention and follow instructions, is going to make you some money. Because the thing that you must understand about data is that data drives dollars. I'll say that again. Y'all write that at the top of your page. Data drives dollars. Data drives dollars. Data drives decisions. I call it D to the third power. Data to the third power. Data drives dollars. Data drives decisions. DDD. I'll get it. And so if you understand the data, you'll understand the dollar. And if you understand the data, you'll make better decisions to get the dollar. And so today we're going to deal with breaking down the numbers. Today we're going to deal with breaking down the numbers. We're going to deal with understanding data analytics. So what is data analytics? Data analytics is a process whereby you are examining the raw data, which uncovers various patterns, it uncovers correlations, and it trends that will help for you to make informed decisions. When I was growing up and when I was going through college, I had to take this class called statistics. And statistics was all about data. It was all about numbers. And I really didn't understand why statistics was important until they began to teach us how to read the numbers and how to make decisions based on the data that we had. When you're in business, the truth of the matter is it's extremely important for you to understand the data. Emphasize, the reality that if you understand the data, it helps you to create strategies. It helps you to create product. It helps you to create services. It helps you to create processes that is consistent with what the data is showing you. Here's the value of data. The truth of the matter is data is not always visible on surface. You could go to your back office, you could see a couple of things, but when you use data effectively, data could also help you recruit better. It could also improve your sales, and it also ensure long-term growth. For example, let me give you an example. If you have a small improvement of your conversion rate, you could ultimately increase your profit. If you had just a small improvement of your conversion rate, you could ultimately increase your profit. Well, what is your conversion rate? We know that your conversion rate is the number is equivalent to how many people you have to talk to, how many potential customers you have to encounter if you're going before you get a sale. So if I talk to 10 people and out of every 10 people I get 3 sales, then my conversion rate ultimately is 30%. I would have a 30% conversion rate. Does that make sense? So let's look at it. When you understand the conversion rate, what it does is it directly reflects the effectiveness of your marketing, right? Making certain you're marketing to the right people. Your sales presentations, making certain that you are properly positioning your proposition. Because if your conversion rate is low, that means we have to look at what's happening in our presentation. We must look at what's happening in our proposition. If our conversion rate is low, we have to look at what's happening on the front end of our marketing, because to me, when you're marketing something, when you are marketing something from my vantage point, I am marketing it to gain attention to what I am promoting. So if I gain their attention to what I'm promoting, I am taking what is potentially a cold lead, converting it into a warm lead. Y'all see this now. I'm taking a cold lead, converting it to a warm lead before I even talk to them. But if that's not happening, but if my conversion rates are low and I'm getting people in the door, but I'm not closing them, then that means I have to look at what my messaging is while I'm getting in order to get them in the door in the first place. So hopefully that makes sense to you. So how do you track this? So one of the ways that you can track conversion rates is by understanding your customer relations management system. What is that, Coach Dan? Well, how many customers, how many leads have I gotten in? And out of the leads that I've gotten in, how many of those leads have been converted to either A, business builders, to B, customers. How many of them came in based on a sale that we had going on? How many of them came on based on an experience that we created? How many of them came into the business based on just sheer relationship? How many are y'all seeing this? So if I understand from my leads why my leads are coming in and why they are converting, then I understand what areas I should focus on the more and or improve on. Now, when we look at data, not only should we look at the conversion rate, but we also need to look at our retention rate. What is retention rate? The retention rate is the percentage of people that stay on as a client after the first sale for a certain period of time. So if you want to analyze when I get my initial customer, how long do they stay a customer over a 6-month period? What is that conversion rate, that retention rate? So high retention rates is going to lead to longer, or let me create something. It's going to lead to what we call a customer lifetime value. So what is the value of that customer over the lifetime of your business? Right? When you understand that, it also helps you to project. It helps you to project. What do you mean it helps you to project? Well, let me give you this example. One of the examples of projecting is if I want to look at where my business could be in the next 12 months, then what I have to do is, and I am measuring, let's say, the life cycle or the lifetime value of a customer, I'm measuring that over, let's say, a 9-month period, then I am able to see, and let's say I get 100 new customers. You get 100 new customers today in September. So now, by July, let's say the lifetime of your customer is 9 months. So let's say by July of next year, and your average customer spent $500 for the lifetime, then that means I got $50,000. I can project that if I get 100 new customers in September, that 100 new customers is going to translate to $50,000 over the lifetime of that customer span. You must understand the data. You must understand how to track. And here's one thing that data helps you do. And this goes back to the word I heard Phyllis say earlier. Data helps you pivot. Data helps you to determine when pivoting is necessary. So when you think about pivoting, what does pivot mean? The word by definition, pivot, means a change in direction. Pivot means a change in focus. Pivot means a change in strategy. Now, for those of you that are basketball, that understand the game of basketball, when the basketball player gets the ball, he has what's called a pivot foot. That pivot foot is the foot that stays planted and cannot be moved. So then, here we go. But he's able to move the other foot in order to change direction, in order to protect the ball, in order to create space. So when some of you may say, well, why do we pivot? It seems like we're always making changes. Because somebody that's smart is analyzing the data. And the data, and it's analyzing the trends. and it's analyzing the customers, analyzing the products that's being sold. And so the data says, okay, we need to pivot. We need to change in direction. We need to change in strategy. We need to change in focus. But while we're pivoting, we must stay planted. I hope this makes sense. Don't move your plant foot. Don't move where you are. Just change the direction while you're there. Change the strategy. Some of us, if stuff is not working, what we wind up doing is moving. You got to learn how to move, which is pivot, without being moved. You got to learn how to change your position and still stay planted. What am I staying planted in? I'm staying planted in a vision. I'm staying planted in the goal. I'm staying planted in what I believe I'm being called to success in. I'm staying planted in the relationship. I'm staying planted in the work. I may have to pivot, but I'm going to stay planted. Are y'all getting this? And so pivoting is good because pivoting also creates momentum. Why does it create momentum? Because whenever there's something new, whenever there's a change in strategy, a change in direction, it creates energy. And energy creates momentum. And momentum creates movement. And movement creates progress. And progress creates success. Hopefully this is making sense to you. So today I want you to break down the numbers. I want you to understand who your customer is. Here's your call to action. I want you to understand who your customer is. How do you understand that? Look at their demographic profile. Are they male? Are they female? What are their ages? Then I want you to understand what your customer is buying. What products are they buying the most? What services are they supporting the most? Then I want you to understand not only those two things, but that's like a demographic profile or a customer profile, but I also want you to understand your conversion rate. And then if your conversion rate is low, and even if it's not low, I want you to begin to strategically analyze everything that you're doing so that you can increase the conversion rate. And as you increase the conversion rate, you're going to increase profit. But now, after you do that, I want you to also analyze your customer retention rate. How many customers becomes a repeat customer? How many customers keep coming back for more? Are they one and done and there's no more fun? Or are they a customer today looking forward to being a customer for tomorrow, looking forward to telling their friends to be a customer for you today? So that customer, are y'all understanding? What is your customer retention rate? And then evaluate what it is that you're doing or what can you do to begin to increase that retention rate so you can ultimately increase the customer lifetime value. Hey, listen, you get 15 minutes, and lately I've been stealing about 2 or 3 minutes over. I'm not finished, but I'm going to stop here. And hopefully I gave you enough information to work with as you pivot to the next strategy in building your business. That's all I got for right now. I'm going to give it back to Miss Phyllis. God bless y'all. Have a supernaturally wonderful kind of day.
Thank you so much. This goes right along with what we're about to start, our run into our last quarter of the year. And so, guys, here you go. You got your marching orders. You can use these steps definitely to build up for what we're getting ready to do. Actually, it already started on September 1. So go back and analyze what you're doing. Go on and look at your data, look at your past, and see what that's getting you. I want to give kudos, Doctor, you are a doctor too, to Coach Dan for this information because it came right on time. Thanking you for always. I want to also shout out to Diana Coleman because she does a form of this. She puts a message out on a daily basis to her customers, her distributors, just reminding them that they got something. You think during a movie that you see how many commercials on the same product, but we think that we're bothering somebody. But she's putting something out there every day, keeping her customers cued on that they should have her products on their mind on a daily basis because they improve the quality of their lives. So I've been meaning to say that to you, Diana. So Dan's call made me think you are doing exactly that. So guys, go out there and push, and we'll be back here tomorrow morning. Bye now. Oh, Dr. Betty, if you're on and you'd like to say what your topic is tonight, go ahead and do that. Let me see if I see you out here.
Good morning.
There you go.
Good morning. Good morning. So tonight, guys, we are going to talk more about the flat belly fuel and some of the applications that make it just the perfect supplement for today and moving forward. So join me. Looking forward to questions, comments, etc. Have a great day.
All right, guys, go out and push. See you back here tomorrow morning. Thank you.